What was a thrilling HGR event now turns into the BDS Racing Series. Right now, over 25 drivers on hand, dare I say over 30. Of course, so much that the overlay is struggling to produce the numbers for the bottom, from 19th and 20th. So right now, as some drivers practice coming into the pits, others still running on the racetrack. Get a look at Eric White, Aubrey Thompson, the 7, and Jared Haynes. I believe that is who that is. Hard to say right now. We'll have to wait and see. Right now, the top 10, Gordon Spain, John Ward, Joseph Allen, Gregory Thompson, Jason Brandt, Scott Wise, Austin Herbert, Calvin Harvey, Eric White, Aubrey Thompson, the top 10 as they run. Yeah, look at Trevor Advernoff spins off a pit road and is going to knock the wall down a little bit. No harm, no foul. All right, now pretty much just getting your last few laps in, trying to get your adjustments down pat. Practice going on the pit road. Final preparation with 2 minutes to go in practice. Right now, a couple trucks still on the racetrack. Thompson, one of them. Tonight, pretty much nostalgia for people like myself. Grew up on NASCAR in the late 90s, early 2000s. For me, it was 2001 on up. Just kind of retro pack racing at its finest. You'll see a lot of that tonight. With a minute to go, and Thompson completely kills the 8. Jesus almighty. Well, that was something. Look at Gregory Thompson now. Right now, as White will bring it down to the pit road with half a minute left. Looks like Gordon Spain will hold on to the top spot with a 48.458. Right now, qualifying will be on deck. Right now, Talladega Pro 1 and 2, Gordon Spain, John Ward, at least for tonight. Oh, we still got a lot. Oh, we still got a star-studded field. As a matter of fact, 35 drivers on hand. This is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. It's going to be fun to watch. And right now, really, as much as I try to keep track on who's going to post the first lap, well, right now it looks like it'll be to Gregory Thompson. Let's just say it's going to be extremely difficult trying to keep control of who makes a qualifying lap and who doesn't, because we got a string of cars already rolling out as it is. Right now we got Scott Wise in that's actually a very sweet looking ride. That'd be a hell of a throwback car, as a matter of fact. Just putting that out there. That's Scott Wise, Tim White on the track at 38. Just talked about him. Gordon Spain rolling the 19 of Calvin Harvey. We also got the 36. That would be Christopher Carter as well. You got several others just now rolling onto the racetrack. Jason Branch on track. How about the 25, Michael Wingo? Behind them, the 88 of Eric White. Right now, as we wait, we'll focus back in on Gregory Thompson. Right now, he's averaging in the 26.3 range. Of course, he's going to be one of several to post a lap. Right to start with, you got over 3 minutes to post a qualifying lap. Well, right now, Jacob Wilkerson on tap to be the fastest driver right now, but Gregory Thompson will post the first lap. The time to beat, 52.499. Gordon Spain right at the end to complete his. Wilkerson, Carter. Spain will slide into fourth. Now 6 is Wise, and it is going to be difficult. Right now, Michael Wingo slides into 7th. Sean Futrell in a beautiful Skull Bandit car at the line. Futrell's lap 52.857, good enough for 12th. You look at Benjamin White just now taking the checker to 48, top of the board for Benjamin White. Qualifying is critical because the deeper you start in the field, the much harder it is going to be. You got to navigate the pack. Right now, if I'm Futrell or Elliott or any of them for that matter, I am worrying now. They're already 16th. You're just going to go further back into the field. Well, how about Kevin McCullough, winner from HGR? Was a McCullough 1-2 right now. Kevin McCullough on track to take the pole right now. Fastest in the first half of the racetrack. And of course, the other thing is the numbers are going to vary. The numbers you see on the scoreboard might not match the numbers on the car. It's just one of them things at the line. McCullough, however, was on track to be fastest, but will have to settle for 4th quickest. Nathan Harper at the line. Azarnoff sliding to 6th, and Harper top of the board with a 52.447 for Nathan Harper. Caden will across the line at 16 as I see the overlay is already having issues. There it is. Kenny Real top of the board by 1/1000 of a second over Harper. 37 seconds remaining in practice. Right now, you look at qualifying in the field. Only 25 drivers to post a lap, and right now, Malik Ray, Ambrose Knievel, Josh McCullough, Aubrey Thompson, Joseph Allen, Stephen Miles, Tyler Vickery, Daniel Falkenham, Joey Masowitz, and John Ward have not posted a lap. Wyatt Gray at the last possible minute will sneak in for the pole position. Man, this is going to be a race. As long as the overlay loads. There it is. "35 drivers on deck for BDS tonight. And really, expect the 4 wide. Expect 4 wide right at the get-go. Expect a few cautions. Or we might get it caution free. You never know. But let's go ahead and go through the grid for tonight's 50-lap event. Wyatt Gray on pole, Kenny Real second, Nathan Harper third, Benjamin White, Michael Barstow, Cody Nichols, Kane Dimrich, Kenny McCullough, Jacob Wilkerson, Freddie Pazinez, Trevor Astronaut, Jason Branch rounds out the Fast 12 for Torque Wrench Motorsports. On down through the rest of the field. Corbett Haynes, Carter, Gregory Thompson, Eric Wright, Scott Wise, Tim White, Calvin Harvey rounds out the top 20. Sorry, trying to get my words out. Austin Herbert, Michael Wingo, Gordon Spain, Benjamin Elliott. That'll be 21st through 24th on down. Sean Futrell, Malik Ray, Stephen Miles, Joey Masowitz, Aubrey Thompson, Josh McCullough, John Ward, Tyler Vickery, Joey Allen, Ambrose Knievel, and Daniel Falkingham running out the 35-car field tonight. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Man. This is going to be something. Again, I will apologize in advance. If I mispronounce any names, then I'll apologize in advance. If I confuse drivers with cars, because this is going to be a race. Of course, right now for a lot of drivers, go ahead and get the nerves. Go ahead and get the nerves out. Notable names in the back of the field, just mentioned them. Really, you can start with a driver that not qualified. The SummerSlam 499 winner Malik Ray starting deep in the field. So Stephen Miles, Joey Masowitz, AJ Thompson. About Joshua McCullough trying to really get his momentum shifted. Finished second right behind Kevin McCullough in the HGR race only a few short minutes ago. Behind him, John Ward attempting the double. Oh, this is going to be something. The calm before the storm. Pull the belts tight one more time in Larry Mack's words, because this is about to get intense. Business is going to pick up. You'll definitely see 2 wide racing. You'll more likely go ahead and see 3 wide just to start with. And hell, you might see 4 wide. We're going to find out, and we're going to find out. All right, Gray and Real bring them to your non-reels restart zone. The main event for Friday night, 50-lap shootout. We're rolling. Down back straight away, Kenny Real, a great push from the 5. That'll be Benjamin White. Right now able to get clear of Wyatt Gray for the mud. Caution's already out. Ah, man. We got Joseph Allen against the wall to 33. I believe that's Tyler, it is. What in the world's that? Well, there's about 4 or 5 more. Just ain't seen them yet. Gordon Spain, I know he got a piece of it. Damage to the rear of the car, possibly to the front. All right. Let's go ahead and see what happened. This is going to start about mid-pack, I feel like. The 19 comes down across the 8 from there. A little bit of contact between 38 from there. I mean, it happens at the back of the field, but still, God almighty. Massive, massive hits. But for Gordon Spain, not how you want to start a race after finishing third in the HDR event. It's right on board with him. All right, now on board with the 38. You're going to see contact there. It's going to go up, try to get away contact with Wingo. Trying to hold on to it. Just not nothing he can do. Massive hit. Gosh, almighty dang. Maybe there's Knievel sneaking through there. Let him know who that 33 is. See what Sean Futrell saw through this if we can find him. Well, now we got to fast forward just a little bit. While pit stops are underway, this will be the Skull Bandit car for Sean Futrell. Well, a little bit of contact right there, and he's just going to become an innocent bystander in this. Bam, right in his lap. Joshua McCullough barely sneaking through there. Well, not even a lap complete. We're already under our first caution of the night. See if we can get one down the back straight away. For this incident, probably going to happen a little bit past this. Nope. There it is. There's a good shot at it. Back live now. You look at turn 3, very quiet over the speedway. Kenny Real is your leader. Kenny Real, your leader. Michael White second, or not, Benjamin White second. Wyatt Gray third. Cody Nichols, Nathan Harper the top 5. Let's see, Vicky. Give me 1 second. Let me find him. All right, that would be him. 33. We had already a lot of damage to the front of that car. Opting not to use the fast repair. Kind of interesting to see how that car is going to handle in the draft. Right now, Vickery will restart as of right now in a 33rd position. Daniel Falkenham has not started the race, and it does not look like he'll be able to. So 34 drivers left in contention here. Bit of a wake-up call, perhaps, or a sign of things to come. We'll have to find out. So right now, we're at a 33 of Tyler Vickery back in the pits, opting to repair more than damage. Of course, these cars, since the new update, they overheat a whole lot quicker in the draft than what they did in times past. So any damage to that front end, if it's significant enough, can really pose a factor to an overheating issue. Not to mention being hard to stay in the draft due to all the aerodynamic damage that these cars will have. So it's going to be interesting to see. Going to be 47 laps to go. .47 now, 46 when they take the green flag. And not much has changed as far as the top half of the leaderboard. Didn't even really get a chance to go at the speed. But be a chance to reset. All right, Kenny Real, Benjamin White brings them down to the United Rentals restart zone. Wyatt Gray, Cody Nichols, Nathan Harper, the top 5. Michael Barksdale, McCullough, Carter.
Green flag.
Several others. We're rolling again. Right now, so far so good. Down the back straightaway, you look at it from the blimp camera. At least the top half of the field. Driver. Oh, there goes Wyatt Gray around already. Then we can't get an eye on him. There he is. And Wyatt Gray already. We're under caution again. Well, this already changed everything if you're Wyatt Gray. From the top 5, from the pole to now, you got to work your way through about 30 some odd cars. Let's see what happened. We're going to look at it here, and I believe there might be contact between him and Harper. Rio not getting the inside lane really going, just becomes sandwiched up between Rio and Harper. I mean, nobody's telling Harper, hey, he's on the car. He's on Kenny Real's buffer there just because of meeting the sandwich. From personal experience, it is extremely hard to control the car in this situation. So you see how the cockpit shifts and he'll back into the wall. Right now, Wyatt's still trying to get caught up to the field. He'll slide it right behind Tyler Vickery. At this point, it's going to be interesting. Does anybody come in the pit under this caution? I don't know what's up with the 16s that had the pace car. Several drivers waiting on the pace car. Well, that being said, we do got some takers on pit road. Nathan Harper's going to be the first one in. We're going to see who does win the race off of pit road here. It will be Nathan Harper. You see in the race off of pit road, see if your favorite driver will make a pit stop here. Right now, that's at the bottom of the screen. Now, I know it looks crazy and it's swapping all over the place. Several drivers opting to stay. As a matter of fact, the top 17 chose to stay out right now. The leader will be Kane Dydrich. Hard to really say who the leader is right now. Her overlays haven't caught up yet. Okay, now they have. Benjamin White, Cody Nichols, Michael Barksdale, Kane Dyrich, and Jacob Wilkerson, the top 5. right now, going to be 44 to go. Yet to complete a green flag lap here. Really yet to complete a lap halfway down the back straightaway, but it's to be expected. Group of cars like this, pro drivers, drivers just starting out, and everybody in between them two. Pretty much, this is where you make your name. You're trying to stand out. And right now, Benjamin White and Cody Nichols will bring them down to the United Rails restart zone. Let's try it one more time. Great. About as even of a jump as you can get from both lanes right now. A dead heat coming off of turn 2. But Herbert now worked himself up into the top 10. Elite Ray just lurking outside the top 10. Nichols down to the bottom. He's going to cover the 5. And there are 3 by 3 already. Here comes Christopher Carter to the lead. Wrong car. Not Christopher Carter. That'd be Caden. The 16 and Caden. Right now he's pulling Jared Hayes with him. Eric White. One of number 1 is Elite Ray. I ain't figured out which one it is yet, but right now Elite Ray hanging outside top 10. Then we complete our first lap under green with 42 laps to go, and right now the 16 of Caden leading at Talladega. Nichols right back to the bottom though, trying to pull that bottom lane back up. You see several drivers already going 3 wide, trying to make up ground early. So if you're Wyatt Gray, you just spun out under caution. You're right there in the front. Now this is what you see if you're Wyatt Gray. A lot of cars to pass. Right now him and Jason Branch not in the sleep pack, not yet anyway, as you look for Wyatt Gray's onboard. Oh, he's going to get in the Branch. Jason Branch saves it. What a save. He'll probably lose the draft now, though. Meanwhile, back at the front. Actually, probably not a bad idea if you're Wyatt Gray and all them other ones that's outside the draft. Let these jokers race up here 3 and 4 wide. Right now, Jared Hayes trying to work that middle. Elite Ray trying to come up with Kenny Reel now. Michael Barstow leaves the bottom with Jacob Wilkerson, Nathan Harper. Oh! They're scatter again. Ambrose Knievel. McCullough. Under caution again for a 3rd time. Christopher Carter is involved in this one. Eric White's got damage again. Well, I know I saw Ambrose Knievel get turned. About what I saw, massive damage to the 04, massive damage to Carter, to Scott, 31 Scott Wise. Austin Herbert now as well, massive damage to that 31 Goodwrench Budweiser Monte Carlo. All right, 3rd caution within 10 laps. We're going to see what happens. A bit of a check up there, get accordion, and it looks like the 8 makes a little bit too much contact. And man, Knievel almost upside down. Look at John Ward make it through. Joey Massa was down through the grass. Man, oh man. See if we can get some onboard shots here. First, we're right on board the nose cam with Ambrose Knievel. Right here is going to get the tap right about now, and that's all it's going to take. Hard into the wall. All right, rewind it here. We'll get another one. know Chris Carter got something out of this here. Right on board with Carter. We'll go on board with him with the gyro camera. That's going to fall right in his lap. See, Gordon Spain gets a piece of that. Scott Wise right on board with him. Started that one a little too soon. Almost upside down. Going to get nailed 2 or 3 times. And that's how quick it happens at Talladega. And this is, well, this tends to happen a lot. We'll have these slow starts to a race. All right, now Scott Wise still in the pits. Right now you see the pit stop at ticker trying to update who is where. Man. Well, 3 cautions and 10 laps. Kane. I'm struggling to try to pronounce the last name, but right now, Caden leading in the 16. Benjamin White, Cody Nichols, Jacob Wilkerson, Freddie Bazinez, the top 5 as they run. Right now it's a fuel strategy game. The more caution we have, the further we push the fuel window back. Some of these drivers hoping there's a few more cautions so they can go ahead and so they don't have to worry about a green flag pit stop. But then there's some thinking, man, we need a green flag run. Because pretty much this is where it boils down to. If you can get on and off pit road, the better you get on and off pit road, the better chance you have of winning this race if it goes green. You'll see the ones who are able to get on and off pit road and not lose the draft or time it better, they're the ones who will be at the end to settle this race. Right now, Daniel Falkenham is on the racetrack, 4 laps down. They're missing the start. Ambrose Knievel out of the race. Scott Wise still in the pits. Several other ones, John Ward, Kim McCullough, Christopher Carter, several other ones coming in to top off with fuel. And again, it just goes back right to what I just said, the strategy game. More cautions, more fuel, the better off a lot of these guys are going to be at the end of the race. The third caution to answer Danny Barnes' question. Well, while I got a chance, I'll go ahead and promote it. Bash at the Beach, August 17th. Super late models, the Raging Idiot Racing Network special event. $36 to enter. We get 60 drivers. Somebody will be winning $500. Go from 60 to 36. 3 heat races, 1 LCQ, 1 provisional. 200 laps feature. Now you can submit the payment to race at any of the 3 payments at the bottom of the screen. Well, with that being said, we'll cover that later on. Right now, we need to focus on this. But right now, it has been non-stop, straight from the get-go. Yeah. Let me tell you, this is the tone that we're going to have. It's going to be a long night for a lot of drivers. Right now, 32 drivers still in contention to win it. Scott Wise, 1 lap down. Daniel Falkenham, 4 laps down. Ambrose Knievel is the first retiree of the race. And all right, The 16 of Cade and the 34 of White will bring them down to United Rules restart zone. Let's try it again.
Green flag, green flag.
Great restart from both lanes. Wilkerson pushing that 16 of Kane out front a little bit ahead, but not going to be enough to clear. Nowhere near as right now. Benjamin White looks back to the bottom, getting pushed by Cody Neagles, Freddie Bazinez, and several others. Down the back straightaway, they're already 3 wide. Trevor Asronoff occupies that, leads that third lane. He's going to have Joshua McCullough, Michael Barksdale winning. Will not be his first. Some other ones decided to jump up there. Going to be 35 laps to go. Asronoff loose off of turn 4. That NWO 89 almost got turned. Well, right now, Nathan Harper jumps down to the bottom, hoping that he can catch Benjamin White right behind him. Indeed, they do. Now Harper's going to try to pull that bottom lane and somebody not drop down and cover him. But right now, Caden and Wilkerson leading that third lane. Kenny Real with Aubrey Thompson, Trevor Asronoff, Joshua McCullough on the top lane. Aaron White right behind him in that third lane. White, however, not close enough to be a factor here. 4 drivers trying to pull a third lane. The majority on the bottom and in the middle. And right now, the 16, Kane Dudrich leading the field. Be Caden's 8th lap led if he can make it back to the line. Oh, Harper gets turned again. Harper gets turned. Luckily, I don't think nobody else is involved in it. Well, that is close. If nobody else is involved in that other than Harper, man, that is fortunate. A lot of heads-up driving. Unfortunately, under caution again. All right, I know Harper gets turned, but let's see what happens. And that Bojangles, man, that Bojangles this morning thought it was going to be a good race for Harper. Right now, a lot of work to do. All right, let's look at it. Getting pushed by White. Oh, whoa. Well, first off, a lot of heads-up driving by everybody. Whew. Let's look at this here, because I don't know, call me crazy. Sun don't look right here with how this car reacts. It might just be I'm looking at a bad push. I don't realize it, but slow it down right about here. All right, there you see Benjamin White on the back of Harper. Okay, no, it's just a bad push. Dances across the back bumper, and from there just finishes off to 22. For Nathan Harper, riding a close call. I'll tell you what, though, we are going to ride on board with one driver. We'll ride on board with Gordon Spain, because I swear this is not close. I don't know what close is. Let's ride on board with the 38 through this. I believe it's the 38 at least. Right behind Tyler Vickery now. A bit of a lag there. Yeah, we might not see it. Oh, no, we are. Whoo! He does get a piece of a netcode damage. But, man. Could have been a lot worse. Through all that, pit stops taking place. Calvin Harvey, the leader now. Top 3 up 19. Harvey up 19 spot. Eric White and Tim White up 15 and 16 spots respectively. I believe a lot of them chose not to pit on this caution. As a matter of fact, the top 4 did not. That would be Harvey, Eric, and Tim White, and Kenneth McCullough now in 4th. Everybody else on down pitted. Track temp is 96. Look, I'll tell you, I'll tell it to you, Lisa, how it is with these cars. They do not like getting pushed. You got to be extremely careful when you bump draft with these cars. And it's all about how the nose is positioned. You know, the nose that has a bit of a slope on the front is very easy for the nose of the car to get underneath the rear end of the car in front. From there, just lifts the rear wheels off the ground and just sends the car spinning. That's a lot of what we're seeing tonight. Track temp can play a factor in it. But right now, I think it's too early right now to really be trying to push. But I don't know. We'll see. Well, 33 to go. Gotta imagine race control ain't happy right now. We're not gonna bring that subject up. Right before we go green here. Let's see if we can't pull Gordon Spain in one more time. Gordon Spain, Garrett Jenkins up here in booth. Got a quick copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Well, buddy, it's going up here in the booth pretty well. Been a wild night for you already. Can you take us through?
Yeah, I can't get away from anything.
Yeah, we've seen it, buddy.
It's not me, though.
But what do you think real fast? We got people wondering in the comment section, like, what could be the deal? Is it the track? Could it be the car? Like for your perspective, what do you think's going on right now in the way we're having all these cautions to start off with?
I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to tell this soon. We really haven't had any green flag runs yet, but just, I guess, over aggressiveness.
Well,
People trying to put their cars in the same place.
Well, I do want to ask you, how critical are these cautions into playing out pit strategy for the remainder of the race?
Well, they've kind of helped me out a little bit. I've been able to fix a little bit of damage without using a fast repair, and but yeah, hopefully we get a good green flag run here. Try to march towards the front a little bit.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you. Best of luck to you for a remainder of the night. Right now, Gordon Spain's got a lot of work to do to get back up to the front. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Thank you.
Well, right now, as they run, it'll be Harvey and White bringing them to the restart zone. He said it best, see if we can't get some green flag runs. Here we go. Into the United Rentals restart zone. Green flag, we're rolling again. Already, coach, trying to stick it 3 wide, run on the start. I think it's 16 of Caden now, but they get it back to 2 wide. White now getting pushed by McCullough. Coming off of turn 4, Wilkerson, Real, and Thompson. That's the middle lane. Now it quickly falls apart. Wilkerson, Real, Bazinez, and several others starting to form up that third lane, and now we're going to go 3 wide again. 30 to go in there to get back to the line. And right now, Jacob Wilkerson is still in the lead, only barely right now. Kenny Real trying to push him out in front. A high ball lighted. Wilkerson will go from top to the bottom. Ashley's going to hold on to the middle lane right now, holding Kenny Real right behind him at the line. Wilkerson leads his first laps tonight. Right now, outside lane starting to crumble. Now it's back to the bottom in the middle. Wilkerson showed in the 499. He can control both lanes. A very dominant car in the SummerSlam 499. Unfortunately, engine failure would cost the 43 a shot at the win. But right now, looking to make up for it. Wilkerson now pulls that bottom lane. And really, about as strong as the bottom lane's been through the corner we've seen, as the middle lane's completely died out, and the third lane. Well, right now, Wilkerson will lead his second lap of the race tonight. On back to the field, 3 wide action. Caden Dudrich now trying to pull that third lane up with Cody Nichols. The 08 of Gregory Thompson, Jared Haynes. Several others. Drivers starting to bail in that middle lane. Only 4 drivers in the bottom make it 3. Tim White, Freddie Pazinez, Kim McCullough in that middle lane. Oh, contact! Save it, boys. 4 wide. Back to 3. Jesus, have mercy. Too close to call, but right now, in that middle lane, your 2025 SummerSlam 499 winner, Malik Ray, trying to get up to the front again. Of course, Ray won the MMS race the other night. As a matter of fact, it was last night at Daytona. Oh, Ray about gets turned. What a save! They are no mercy tonight. What a save by Malik Ray, and manages to maintain the lead for the most of it. But now Rickerson storming back on the bottom with Kenny Real and Eric White. Just to name a few in that bottom lane. Right now, Stephen Miles trying to make something happen in that third lane. Ray up to cover. Well, so far, this is a bit of the green flag run that we were wanting, but they are not disappointing. Still 3 by 3 by 3. Aubrey Thompson's worked himself up in the 4th now after starting deep in the field, as has Bazinez in the 3rd spot. Bit of a 4-car breakaway now. As a matter of fact, Stephen Miles occupies 2nd, Bazinez 3rd, Thompson 4th. As I say that, here they come again. 3 by 3 for about, I don't know, give or take 4 or 5 rows deep. Doesn't take much for a mistake to happen. We've already seen it tonight already. But on down through the field, you'll notice some drivers just hanging out, as right now Jared Hayes takes the lead down the back straightaway. You see a small pack back there led by Tyler Vickery, Nathan Harper. The 05 of Josh McCullough, and I have not figured out who that other one is. Everybody else, though, just hanging out. Other than a few drivers lost the draft. Michael Barksdale, Michael Wingo. .25 to go. Hayes still leads. About Cody Nichols now has worked himself up into a position here. Here comes Gregory Thompson. Daniel Falkenham leading the middle lane. Falkenham trying to get one of his 4 laps back. Right now, Nichols now back to the lead. Trying to get a push from Falkenham. Lap car of Scott Wise will be a factor here. No, he won't. Wise will go to the bottom. Save the apron for these drivers racing in this big pack. Right now, if you want to see what it's like. Oh! Man, Nichols scared me. Nichols got to the wall just a little bit. About to say, you want to see what it's like running in a big pack. Skull on board with Kidder McCullough. Heck, we can go even further deeper in the field. All right, Austin Herbert will give us a great view of what it's like being in this pack here. How about Wyatt Gray? Trying to rebound after getting turned right now, sitting in about the 14th position. As a matter of fact, nobody to help the 8 as you ride on board with him now, waiting to get back in line. Right now, Falkenham leads, but not on the lead lap. The 16 of Caden Dieterich leading that outside lane. Bazinez in second, Malik Ray third, side by side for the fourth spot. Making fifth, Bazinez and Ray down to the middle. Jared Hayes try to pull up that inside lane. Now he'll have help doing it. Bazinez going for the lead. Well, the other thing, you do not want to give Falkenham as many laps back as what you can allow. You know the driver of 39 knows how to get it done here at these restrictor plates. We've seen it several times. And right now, him and Malik Ray side by side. Bazinez leads that lap. Whereas last night, Bazinez ran third in MMS. Right now as they run, gonna try to get a pole started here. Right now position switching all over the place. See, Bazinez hard into the wall. Everybody's going to scramble. They're going to keep it straight for the moment. But Bazinez, a great run. And now Wyatt Gray back up to the front. Oh, Cody Eagle save it. He does. Man, what a run by, what a save by Cody Eagles. It's going to cost him several more spots. Jesus almighty. Well, right now as things have settled down, Kenny Reel going for the lead again. But right now, Aubrey Thompson now up in the mix. So oh, the wrecking! Thompson reel around. Caution out again. Right whenever that reel got posted to. Freddie Bazinez, he's gonna be. This is gonna help him out. Kenny Reel though. Damage to the 11. We saw Thompson go spinning. What happened? And right whenever I put him in the picks to win the race, that happens. Well, let's look at it. A 4 wide momentarily off. There's another stack of effect. A great green flag run. Got it slow motion here. Well, right here, Branch pushing the 11. They're momentarily 4 wide, but that ain't going to really cause anything. Same incident with Nathan Harper earlier. The 11 of Kenny Reel, he gets sandwiched together. And unfortunately, you just have no control of the car whenever the middle car is being pushed while he's pushing the front car. There's just nothing you can do about it. Fortunately, not much damage to neither 3 of these cars. 4 tires, maybe 30, 40 seconds worth of damage, but could have been a lot worse. But with 18 to go, it's going to be a steep climb for these drivers to get back up through the field. Man. I got one Cody Neagles. All right, now as for Cody, to the fan of Cody Neagles, he has had a very up and the wreck it again. What in the hell? Excuse my language, I apologize, but how in the world does this happen? Sean Futrell still rolling in the grass. Freddie Bassett, one ending. Name of Mike is going. Must be a full moon. Well, what happens under caution? Okay. Drivers trying to get caught up. The 33 of Sean Futrell. Rolling. And Tim White all over the back of the 64 of Joey Masowitz. And good Lord have mercy. Again, must be a full moon. Regardless, everybody's in the pits. Malik Ray stays out. Right now, a lot of fuel-only stops. That's pretty much what everybody's really going to be doing. Some will be repairing damage. You look at Michael Barksdale in the pits. Cody Nichols right behind him. I swear. The driver that day has had more saves tonight than what I can count on my fingers. In EOL. To answer your question, Lisa, in EOL, normally for the driver that is deemed calls under caution will get an EOL end of the line penalty. They'll start from the tail end of the longest line. Possibly get money taken away at the end of the race too if it's severe enough. Well, right now, man. Been an action-filled race to say the least. But yeah, somehow during these races, Malik Ray finds his way to the front. Not that that's a bad thing. But top 5, Malik Ray, Kane Diederich, Jacob Wilkerson, Trevor Asronoff, Benjamin White, the top 5 as they run. Wyatt Gray, a great recovery. Gregory Thompson's worked himself back into the picture. Austin Herbert, Jared Hayes. Kenneth McCullough Jr. rounds out the top 10. A few more drivers coming in. Tyler Vickery, Aubrey Thompson. Well, these drivers here, they're still 16 to go. It's questionable if they can make it. They'd be right at the line. As a matter of fact, let's talk to a former PGR champion. John Ward, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you.
My buddy, it's been a wild race to start with. We've noticed you've been hanging out at the back, part of your MO. I wanted to ask you, though, how close is it on fuel for starters?
It's real close. I just topped off there. I think we could save and make it, but it's gonna be close on fuel here for sure. I've been having computer problems. That's why I've been in the back. I think I got them all straightened out, so we'll see what happens. I just been riding though. You know how I do. I like to be there at the end.
Oh yeah, we know you. Well, buddy, I will ask you this last question: what is it going to take for Bad Fast Ward to get up to the front in a bad fast amount of time?
It's gonna take some luck. Definitely got to have some luck. I think I got enough skill to get up there, but you got to have some luck in these races. I got plenty of help, so we'll see how it goes. If I can get a little bit of luck, then I think we'll be all right.
Well, buddy, I will say this: I'm gonna drive it back down. After watching the 499, if anybody can avoid a wreck, it'll be a driver tonight too. So, best of luck to you, John. Hope we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
You got it, Garrett. Hopefully, I get to hear from you again.
Yes, sir. John Ward, restart in 32nd. To answer your question, Chase, I think this is number 5. Malik Ray, Cody Diederich now will bring them to the United Rentals restart zone at the other end of the tri-oval. Wilkerson, Asronoff, Wyatt Gray rounds out the top 5. This is far from over. We're rolling. Great jump by Caden, about the best you can ask for. Don't count out Malik Ray. Malik right now, right at that left rear corner panel. And now here comes the one with the 43 Wilkerson. Benjamin White, Gregory Thompson, Jared Hayes. Them are the first 5 cars on the bottom lane. Right now it would appear that Wilkerson's missing the bumper on that 43. Right now 15 to go. Forget about the bumper. Malik Ray will be in this time. Oh my Lord. Well, Malik Ray surrenders the lead. And now it's another toss up into who will get it. How about Trevor Asbernoth? Not heard nothing out of the 89 all day. Oh, it gets almost gets turned. Hang on to her, Asbernoth. Hell yeah. That 89 all over the place. Able to keep it straight, not lose a ton of spots if he can get it regrouped. Oh, 16 or 36, Christopher Carter. Off the wall to keep it straight. Stephen Miles gets the lead in all this. No, they're going to wreck again. It's going to be big. It's going to take out everybody when they do. McCullough trying to pull that middle. McCullough all over the place, getting pushed by 16 and Caden. Michael Barksdale, Joey Massowitz trying to pull that third lane up to the front with Harper. Nathan Harper, I've not heard nothing out of him since getting turned early in the race. Slowly and methodically, the driver to 22 has worked himself back into the top 10. Now Barksdale having a great run so far in that 0-0 after a rough night at MMS last night. Finished 16. Thompson off the wall a little bit. Now Oreo, number 3 in the third lane. Sean Corbin getting knocked below the double yellow line. Meanwhile, Christopher Carter to the lead for the moment. Kane coming up the middle. Going to split McCullough and Carter. Tommy Twitter going there to get to the line. And there ain't been no giving all night, but you can rest assured as the last run down, one car spinning hard into the inside wall. Benjamin Elliott, Sean Corbin, that's the other one car. Well, Elliott and Corbin's nights are done. No caution, we stay green. We'll have to review what happened here in a little bit. But right now the battle, oh! Joshua McCullough around. There's the caution. Well, McCullough has it saying already back going, but man, what a slide. All right. Let's go ahead and look back at what happened to Corbin and Elliott. Perfect timing, if I do say so myself. See what happens with Elliott and Ben and Corbett back here. Corbett, looks like Elliott comes down. Sean Corbett, just an innocent bystander in all this. Take one more look at it. Contact from Ray upsets the one, and from there, Elliott comes down, collects the 45 of Corbett. That happens. Now, at the other end of the speedway, see what happened with Josh McCullough here. Well, right there, about 4 wide, 3 wide, flirt with 4 wide. It looks like Stephen Miles is going to make contact. Well, McCullough, a hell of a save. A hell of a save. It was a great save. Well, unfortunately, that's why we're under caution. I feel like race control thought them 2 incidents. I feel like he thought them 2 incidents were enough to warrant a caution. Maybe get everybody regrouped, resettled. Well, really, we know who it saves Malik Ray a lot. It'll also save all these drivers who was possibly short on fuel. Well, the poll has been completed. 80% somebody else. Yeah, I saw that answer coming whenever I saw two of the options get turned. I would not count out Wyatt Gray, but it could still be anybody's race. If I could have more options, believe me, I would. Well, right now, Cody Dyridge, or Kane Dyridge, leading this race. Adam Owens led 14 laps. That's the most of any driver tonight. Benjamin White's led 3. Christopher Carter hasn't led any. Well, other drivers continue to pit. Jacob Wilkerson is in. Trevor Asrenoff. Dave Wilkerson's getting a bumper put back on that 43. Scott Wise as well. About got that car fixed for the most part. Got the spoiler back on it. It's going to be, right now it is 10 to go, probably be 8 whenever they take the green flag again. Oh, man, it's been a wild night of racing. Kane Dyridge, Benjamin White, Christopher Carter, Wyatt Gray, and Michael Barksdale's your top 5 as they run. Yes, the next question will be, will there be an overtime? Will there be an overtime? My vote, yes. Hands down. If there's not an overtime, I'll be surprised, but hell, I might be relieved in the same breath. Been a chaotic night. But when you get 35 drivers, it's to be expected. We've got a great little green flag run involved in it. And right now, the way it looks, fuel is going to be the concern for most of the field. Delay of green. Eric White's came to a stop on the outside in turn 1. So Eric White, maybe possible internet issues. See if we can figure out what's up with the 88 for say. Really hard to say. Just gonna come up to the track, just come to a stop. But right now it's getting called back up, so we'll go green with 7 laps to go. It's been a wild night. It's been a wild night to kick off the weekend. Tomorrow night, Inspired ARCA Series. Chris Loda, Stephen Henning, Elijah Fisher fighting for the ARCA Series Championship in the Inspired Racing League. Also, Midnight Racing League Super Speedway Series returns. You do not want to miss neither of them 2 races. They will be right here on the Raging Racing Network, starting at 8:40, 8:45 Eastern Time. Kane Dyridge, Benjamin White, Brazil down to a restart zone. We're rolling, 8 to go instead of 7. Great start by Benjamin. Real great start by Benjamin White, but right now, Kane still battling back on the outside, getting pushed by Wyatt Gray, Aubrey Thompson, Eric White, just name a few. McCullough and Wingo join up to that third line with Cody Nichols in tow. Nathan Harper jumps up to the middle of that boat there, number 22. But right now, everybody's trying to run down to 16. Well, Wyatt Gray, the recovery that the 42 has had after getting spun earlier in the race, our second caution of the night, matter of fact, has rebounded up with a chance to win it. Aubrey Thompson, Eric White as well. Anyway, they're trying to go 3 wide, almost 4 wide out of tri-oval. Oh! Hang on to her, Benjamin. White say that they are 5 wide, entering 1. This ain't gonna work. Kenny reels around. Hard into the wall. I believe that's Benjamin Elliott. It is Jacob Wilkerson, among others. Dan Falkenham, meatball flag is showing. Sean Corbin on the apron, limping around. Well, you go 5 wide at Talladega, it ain't gonna work. Holy hell. I feel like, Jesus. Well, this will start with Benjamin White getting turned. We'll go ahead and look at it. I cannot believe I just saw 5 wide at Talladega. We'll count it. It's all going to start right here. Barksdale pushes, he's going to come down in front of the 64. Joey meeting. Really, it's hard to really tell whenever the driver in front again, but right here, there's 5 wide, another 5 wide. How about Tyler Vickery in that 33 trying to work himself up into a top 10 position. But there's 5 wide, and they're just going to run out of room. That's pretty much all it is. Kenny Reel comes down across Barksdale. And Vickery getting a little bit of damage out of that. Not near as much as what some of the others is. How about Kenny Reel's going to go back up the track? He's going to take Barksdale with him. Hard into the wall. Benjamin Elliott's going to shoot up the track, make significant contact. Of course, Barksdale with a bit of a... Well, hard to really say what the world's going on now. Okay. Alright, unsure what the technical issue is and to why I've lost hearing with the cars. Okay, there we go. Not sure what the deal was there. Apologize for it. I think the computer's still struggling. All right, now Kenny Reel into the pits. It all really starts from Benjamin White getting turned sideways. They get put 5 wide. I mean, you can't really put a blame on nobody. Really, you can easily say that. Well, yeah. Benjamin come back up, makes it 5 wide. Well, he's going to come back up the track regardless. Just an unfortunate situation, been a wild night, to say the least. Right now at the front of the field, still Kane Rich, Wyatt Gray, Aubrey Thompson, Eric Wright, Christopher Carter hanging on after a rough start to the race for him. Well, right now, with 5 laps to go, I'm going to go out on a limb. Everybody in the top 20, they are going to be extremely close on fuel. Extremely close. I think a lot of drivers in the back banking on overtime because I do not believe the top 20 would make it overtime. We've heard about 18 laps of gas, 18 to 20 laps. Top 20 is on a 12 to 13 lap stint with 5 to go. I mean, you can do it. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 laps. They are right at that fuel window. Save whatever amount of fuel you can save. And pray that there's not an overtime. Well, intensity been off the charts all night, but gonna be 3 to go there to take the green. Hold on to your seats. Well, 3 to go. You can cut the intensity with a knife pretty much. It's the way I feel about it. You still have 33 cars in contention to win this race. Daniel Falkenham still 2 laps down in 34th. Ambrose Knievel, the only car out of this race. Everybody else, rest assured, the guy in 33rd, Kenny Reel, could very potentially still have a chance to win this race if they all wreck in front of him. I've seen it 100 times, believe it or not. All right. Caden and Wyatt, bring them down to United Reynolds restart zone. 3 laps. We're rolling. A great restart by the 610. Kane just not good enough to clear Wyatt Gray. Getting pushed by Thompson on the bottom. Kane getting pushed by Eric White down back straightaway. Here comes Freddie Bazinez, Tyler Vickery, and several others on that 3rd lane. John Ward amongst them. Joseph Allen as well. Drivers coming from the back who you have not seen this entire race at the front. Now starting to charge up through the field with 3 laps to go. They're being led by Freddie Bazinez. Bazinez drops to the middle line right behind Michael Wingo to Tony the Tiger coming to the front. Oh, Wingo's going to get turned. They save it again. No, they don't. There it is, the big one, hard into the wall. Several drivers. Joseph Allen, there will be your green-white checker. Sean Futrell, Sean Corbett. Calvin Harvey hard into the wall. Nothing left of that 19. Gosh, to mighty damn. How hard do you got to hit these cars? Sean Futrell, massive damage to that skull with 33. We know Benjamin White's involved. I want to try to find Benjamin White's car. He's already towed back to the pits. Massive damage to the 5. Let's look at it. This will be the first attempt at a green-white checkered. Well, Wingo and Ton's going to make contact from their evasive action. I tell you exactly what happened now. Find Calvin Harvey if we can. So this is pretty much reaction. That's pretty much all this is. So there's the contact with Wingo. Bam. Niggles looks at the bottom. Wingo's a slow car. Now 25 to 19. I don't want to be stuck behind Wingo. He's going too slow. I got to get to the front. Unfortunately, he's going to come right across the nose of Cody Niggles. Joshua McCullough getting a piece of this. Joey Matson was making it through that. No damage really. But from there, Hasranoff gets sent into Futrell. Corbett falls right in his lap. Gregory Thompson on top of Corbett. Corbett, see what spring the 33 is running. About Wilkerson drifting it through there, making it through. Whoo, Jason Branch as well. All right. Time to ride on board with some drivers here. So let's go and go on board a nose cam here. With Calvin Harvey. And nothing any of those drivers could do, absolutely nothing. Let's run on board next with Sean Corbett. Let's see what he sees. Right on board the nose cam. He don't even have a chance. See a bit of internet lag there. More lag. Trevor Asronoff. The NWO 89. Right on board the roll bar. He tried to figure out a way to get through it. Unfortunately, nowhere he could go. SummerSlam 499 winner Malik Ray. We'll see how he gets through this. Right there's 4 wide. He'll take Wilkerson and then 4 wide. Then there's, you see Harvey get turned from there. Instinct tells you just go to the bottom. Watch out for McCullough. That's how you avoid the big one at Talladega. Well, it will be the first attempt at a green-white checker, that's for sure. Right now, as they run, you got Caden Dybridge, Eric White, Nathan Harper, Kenneth McCullough. Has not really talked about him all night tonight. The HGR winner from earlier. And Freddie Bazinez up in the top 5. First attempt at a green-white checker. Well, business is about to pick up. As if it hasn't already. Right now, 29 drivers still on the racetrack. Falkenham 1 lap down. Has not been a factor tonight. Benjamin White in the pits. Sean Corbett joins Ambrose Knievel in the garage. And Sean Futrell as well in the pits. Matter of fact, all them drivers already used their 1 fast repair. They are more than likely done for the night in general. All right, Caden and White, bring them down to United Rentals restart zone. Attempt number 1 of 3 at a green-white checkered. We're rolling. A great start about a 16. However, White back down to the bottom of the racetrack. Going to get right up beside the 16. They come off of turn 2. Getting pushed by Harper and Bazinez. Right now, drivers already starting to make that 3rd lane work. Cody Eagles on the outside, pulling several drivers with him. They only got 4 cars. That's not enough. I do not feel like that'll be enough to get up there. They get 10 for this win. White now surges ahead. Eric, wait, oh, he's going to get turned off the bumper, Harper. No caution yet. Keeping it green. Nathan Harper will lead at the white flag for the first time tonight. Getting pushed by the car that slid the most laps, Caden Dietrich. How about Kevin McCullough and Aubrey Thompson? 3rd and 4th now. You see Harper dives it down to the bottom. Saw it coming from McCullough. Now Harper stuck in no man's land. Oh, they're wrecking in the back. Massive wreck in the back. Wiping them all out. Still about 14 cars to settle it. Side by side. Going to be coming off of 4. It's going to be very critical. Who steps out? Who's going to make the first move? Aubrey Thompson looking to the outside. Kane down to the bottom to cover Harper at the line. Get your photo finish cameras ready, boys. At the line. Thompson got it. Aubrey Thompson, welcome back to victory lane as they right behind them. Aubrey Thompson returns to victory lane. What a run. Freddie Bazadez second, Caden Doudridge in third, Nathan Harper, Wyatt Gray rounds out the top 5. Well, that's how you survive a race right there and be at the end of it. This is going to be one of the best interviews I think I'm ever going to have. Aubrey Thompson up 28 spots from where he started this race, deep in the field. We'll give him a minute, let him burn it down. Aubrey Thompson pulls right up to victory lane. There he is. Of course, he'll be a part of Midnight Racing League tomorrow night. Their Super Speedway Series, a great momentum booster coming in. Aubrey Thompson, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth. You got a copy.
Let's go, baby!
I told you he'd be excited over this. Well, hey, you still got another Super Speedway race to run tomorrow night. This is a momentum booster.
Yes, sir. I'm so excited right now, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's been a while for this.
Well, buddy, coming officially tonight, you only have one lap is the most important lap to lead. Just take me through the night. You're involved in 1 or 2 cautions that I know of. It was a very tough time for the 18 or the 3, whatever you want to go by. Take us through the night. Tell us about how perseverance paid off for the win tonight.
My whole plan was to ride in the back at the beginning and save. Well, before I knew it, I was 3 wide coming to the front. I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't even remember some of the wrecks. The only one I do remember was when I was up front and I got run over, but come to find out Kenny was getting pushed through. So,
And of course,
no fault there. I mean, it's whatever. The guy behind him probably didn't see me, you know, just typical speedway racing. But it's all good. It worked out in the end.
well, of course, I do want to ask you, there's actually 3 or 4 silver wrecks where guys would be to meet the sandwich, theoretically speaking. And I want just to explain to the people watching over, that saw some of the wrecks, how hard is it really if you're the 3rd car in line or 4th or 5th or whatever? How hard is it to really know if the guy in front of you is already pushing another person?
I mean, you don't unless if you're in Discord with them and you're actually talking to that person. I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, you've raced before. You can't see through the.
Yeah.
It's hard to see through the back windshield of them.
I know exactly how it is, buddy.
So I mean,
Been there, done
you
that.
get, yeah, you get in a pack racing, man. It's like anything else. You push and hope for the best. I mean, it's what it boils down to.
Well, buddy, it was a eventful night for everybody, especially you, But you walk away with the win. Of course, we still got midnight racing tomorrow night. But is there anybody you want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, I want to thank MMS Kenny. Definitely, he was up there too. I'm pretty sure he finished somewhere there. I think he did. I know he was up there at
6th.
Yeah, okay. I know he was close at the last lap. we were connected together, and it went haywire. And then after that, I knew Freddie was gonna go for it, and I knew if I didn't take that, it was gonna kill me. So I just jumped up in front of Freddie, and luckily Freddie pushed me to the win. So shout out to him too for staying behind me and pushing me.
Yes, sir, buddy. Aubrey Thompson is your winner tonight in a wild BDS Talladega race. Appreciate your time, buddy. Congratulations.
Yes, sir, and thank y'all for the broadcast. And Jimmy, I know you had a time tonight, buddy, but I appreciate you putting up these races.
To be honest, they're not as bad for me. They're not as bad as the broadcast booth as what it would be race control. If it was race control, I'd be pulling my hair out.
Yeah, it's like I know it's rough on Jimmy, but I really appreciate him. I mean, putting on all the races he puts on. So
Yeah. Shout out to Jimmy Crow. Really, I mean, the guy that puts it on, he ain't got to do these jokers. He can see 3 or 4 of these wrecks and a race and just be done with it. Say the hell with it. But Jimmy puts on a great race normally. Just a bit of a rust belt. And Aubrey Thompson, we look forward.
yeah,
And Aubrey,
that's the thing.
Huh?
The motherfuckers in YouTube that didn't want to pick me to win, this motherfucker on your little poll thing a while ago. Yeah, I got the insight on that. Yeah. But anyway.
Easy on the language, though. Easy.
I'm sorry. But for real though, thank y'all for everything, for real, man. Seriously.
All right, buddy. Hell of a job tonight. Aubrey Thompson, your winner tonight. Hopefully we'll talk to him tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. I will personally apologize for the F-bombs that was just thrown. Try to keep it family friendly here, but yeah, sometimes the drivers bit animated after the race. I'm dropping down everybody else. See if we can't get Freddie Bazinez in here. Freddie Bazinez, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, buddy, I'll be there. We talked last night. I'll be darned. That ain't too bad. But we talked last night. I said, what would it take to go up 2 more spots? Well, you got up 1 more spot, just shorter to win. Is there anything you felt like you could have done different on this last lap?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, like especially coming in line, I could have easily took Aubrey to I could have took his left rear and gone to the middle, and that would have been an easy win. But I could not see where Caden was. I thought they would have took him. They would have took him middle, and then that would kill the whole lane. So I kind of just stayed where I was. I tried to get him at the end, but I just had no help behind me really. So he just had a pretty easy block. But yeah, if I would have made the move to the middle, I definitely could have won that.
Well, buddy, I do want to ask you a question. We got Aubrey Thompson's side of things on it. Caution field tonight was a rough race for just about everybody, but I want to ask you a couple of the wrecks that all started pretty much like accordion effects. Like a driver gets sideways, it caused the whole field to check up. We also saw some instances where one guy would beat a meat and sandwich. I mean, we saw it with, I believe it was you actually. We saw it with you and 2 other guys, but just explain, how hard is it really to judge, if you can judge, the car pushing in front? You're pushing a car in front of you, don't even know he's on the 3rd car. How hard is it to really judge that?
It depends your position, where you're at behind that person. Because if you're right behind him, you can't really see nothing. You gotta look through like their rear window to see if somebody's in front of you. But if you're offset, you could maybe see. It depends on the situation. If there's a car in front, or if somebody drops down, and even then, if somebody does it too late, it's you just don't have enough time to react, and by that time, it somebody might get turned because of it, or they'll just keep it straight, but it might take up the whole line. So yeah.
My buddy was very aggressive tonight, to say the least. A lot of 3 and 4 wide action. At one point, believe it or not, 5 wide. But I do want to ask you 2 more questions regarding this. You went from the back to the front, from the front to the back several times tonight. And I just want to ask, how hard is it really to keep the mindset? How hard is it really just not to say, screw this, I'm out? How hard is it to really, you're at the front, and then you go to the back, and now you got to restart all over? How much does it wear on a driver doing this on a nightly basis, where they could get running good, then they got to do it all over again? How much of a mental strain is that?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, it really depends on the car for me, because like this car, I know I can go from the back to front like pretty easily. Just gotta make the right moves. But for other cars, like per se the truck and the Xfinity car, if it gets gridlock, you're stuck. You can't really make a move. So, but then again, that's really the same for the other cars. But like this car in the Gen 6, you could really make moves with these cars. That's why it's my favorite, really. So it really just depends, like it just depends your situation on like how you've been doing. Because if you've done it before, even in that race, you got even more confidence to go do it again. So it really just depends on like how your race is going. If you know you've been doing good, if it's a bad night, then you can kind of tell. So then, but even then, I mean, really the thing that keeps me going is because there's a whole lot of money to win. So, yeah, I mean, when I know the prize, I'm trying to go for it.
But it's completely understandable. And of course, second night you've been interviewed, so you know the last question that comes up. Is there anybody want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, God himself. The floor is yours, buddy.
Yeah, thank you for the broadcast. I'm gonna go watch that back later. Thanks Jimmy for putting up the race, Ward for being the RC. They always put up some great races. Thanks to my teammates, Steven Miles, Malik Ray. I feel like I'm forgetting something. But yeah, no, that's it.
All right, buddy. Freddie Bazinez, third last night in MMS, second tonight in BDS. Who knows? Next broadcast, we'll be interviewing you from the winner's circle.
Hopefully.
All right, buddy. Appreciate your time. Congratulations on a second place run.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
That being said, we got one more driver here. That'll be a driver in third. Caden Dietrich, if I said that right. If I didn't, I apologize, but you got a copy.
Close enough, but yeah, I got you. How's it going?
Well, going pretty good. Led the most laps tonight of 23 of 53 laps. Was not the whole story. It was a very intense race tonight. Take us through your night and how difficult was it to really try to manage holding the lead and try not to slip back into the clutches of, well, 3 and 4 wide racing.
Yeah, so it's my first time doing a money race with these cars. I've done a lot of official races with these, but it kind of became more middle to top dominant than I anticipated it to be. So I just kind of worked with my group of guys to try to get that all figured out, which we did learn very well. Ran a great race, not involved in anything, kept track position. Kind of got confused because the flyer said one green white checkered, but it was an honest mistake. I had to save really hard fuel there to make sure I could make it for 3. We didn't end up using it, so it was okay. But there at the end on the last lap, Harper looks like he got kind of net code turned or something by me, which moved him to the bottom, which I was hoping I could just push him all the way back around to the line. But then I got shuffled a little bit, which caused me to finish third. But at the end of the day, it's still great. Great event. Props to Jimmy for hosting it. I'll go back and watch the broadcast. I bet you did an amazing job. Just happy to get back into money racing and cash a little bit.
Well, yes, sir. Walking out here tonight with quite a bit of extra change in your pocket. I want to ask you though, did you feel like you could, before the green white checkers, were you and some of the others, were y'all hoping maybe we wouldn't get an overtime? Really, how close was it really on fuel? Like 1 or 2 laps?
It was, so when we made our final pit stop, I was a quarter of a lap to the good. But then we just kept getting those cautions. So like if we went green all the way, I wouldn't have had enough. If I won, I wouldn't have had enough fuel to go do a burnout. But those cautions just helped us save a ton, to the point where by the end we ended up being good for all 3.
Well, buddy, I'll say this: it was a hell of a performance for you through and through. Like I said, led 23 laps tonight, the most out of any driver tonight. Nobody really even close to that number. So yeah, it was an awesome run for you. First time interviewing you, by the way. Pleasure to meet you and all that. But I like to give the drivers the time if they like to shout out friends, family, sponsors, God Himself if they want to. You know, the floor is yours. Or anybody want to thank tonight?
Well, like you said there, the man upstairs always giving us the day to be able to run these races and have a good time. Working with Nathan, Dan, Wyatt, Ben, Cody, all those guys for letting me race with them. Jimmy for hosting the race. You for putting the broadcast up. Race EPI for giving me fast setups on the open side of things. Yeah, that's about all I can think of.
I will say this real fast. You're a good man whenever you go with either EPI or Ryko. I use them for my open setups too, so don't feel bad. But Caden, hell of a job tonight. A P3 finish, get a little bit extra money in your pocket. Congratulations. Hopefully we'll see you next time in the winter circle.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, that being said, just going to go through the interviews real fast. Or not the interviews, we've already done them. Going to go through the results real quick tonight. Aubrey Thompson on top for McCullough Motorsports. It'll be a McCullough suite tonight. McCullough 1-2 and HGR. Kenneth and Joshua McCullough both. And then Aubrey Thompson sneaking through with the win. Freddie Bazinez in second. K. Dyrich, of course, led the most laps tonight. He will finish in third. Nathan Harper, Wyatt Gray, Kim McCullough, Michael Wingo, Austin Hobart, John Ward, and Gordon Spain rounds out the top 10. Cody Nichols, Tyler Vickery, apologize if I mispronounced that. Jared Hayes, Christopher Carter, Jacob Wilkerson, Tim White, Gregory Thompson, Michael Barksdale. That will round out to 18, or the top 18. On down through the field. Stephen Miles, Trevor Asbernoff, Jason Branch, Kenny Real, Joey Mazowitz, Calvin Harvey, Scott Wise, Benjamin Elliott, Joshua McCullough, Malik Ray. I feel like a lot of them drivers were involved in that wreck on the last lap. Joey Allen, Eric White, Daniel Falkenham never really even got a chance to really show what he had tonight. Then missed the start of the race, went 4 laps down, never recovered. Benjamin White, Sean Corbett, Sean Futrell, and Ambrose Knievel will round out the field tonight. Well, very intense night. Very intense night. But I will say you expect these things when you get 35 cars. It happens more often than not. Jimmy Crew puts on great races. It's just a product of having such a big pack. You'll see it every once in a while in NASCAR in real life. That being said, final thing I got to say for tonight. Bash at the Beach. August 17th, Raging Idiot Racing Network special race. Looking for, we get 60 drivers. Somebody's going to walk out with $500. Less than 60 drivers. Obviously, the price goes down. So if you feel any drivers out there looking to step up in a super late model at Myrtle Beach, $36 to enter. 3 heat races, 1 LCQ, 1 provisional. 200 laps for 36 cars and $500 if we get all 60. You can submit your payments to any of the 3 at the bottom. And with that being said, tomorrow night, Inspired ARCA Championship on the line. Fisher, Henning, and Elijah Fisher, Stephen Henning, Chris Loda. Them are the 3 drivers racing for the Inspired Racing League ARCA Series Championship tomorrow night. And then Midnight Racing League Super Speedway Series returns for Season 2 of that event. All that will be right here on the Raging Idiot Racing Network. And until tomorrow, everybody be safe. Appreciate to all the viewers who tuned in tonight to see an action-packed BDS race and an HGR event earlier. Everybody stay safe. God bless. We'll see all y'all tomorrow night. Take care.